You are looking live at the Anoka Area Ice Arena in Anoka, where it is a high school hockey night in Richfield, as it is the Southwest Christian Richfield Stars taking on the Anoka Tornadoes. Jeff Disher with a cast of a few with you. Gabby Davis to my left for right now. Wes Durand will join shortly. And Josh Shingler will join us in the second intermission. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of what we've got going on, for those of you who have access to this sort of thing, if you checked out my Twitter this morning, I teased turn back the clock or a blast from the past tonight, as this contest with Southwest Christian Richfield and Anoka was set to take place to open the season on November 29th. So, naturally, there are facts from that night's action that I will be interspersing throughout the evening along with the regular game action. But as we get to the starters, first in net for Southwest Christian Richfield, it'll be Giannis Camp, the mainstay in net for the Stars. A 3.15 goals against average and a 9.18 save percentage. Camp is opposed by sophomore goaltender Colin Rosenau. 0-6 on the season, and in his 6 decisions, he averages 25 2/3 saves per game. So let's give you an idea of what back to the future or turn back the clock means while we've got time here during the end of the warm-up. As you know, or as all of you know, I like to do nuggets of the night, and one of them that would have opened the season if this contest had been played at that point is the number 20. The length of time in seasons that the Minnesota State High School League has played 17-minute hockey periods. The last season to use the 15-minute periods was the 2002-03 campaign. And the last game to be played with 15-minute periods was the AA State Championship game in 2003 that featured Anoka and Roseville at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul. And Anoka beat Roseville that night 3-1 in the AA title game. Then the National Federation dictated that the individual states use 17 minutes for varsity action. Up until that point, obviously, the states could make their own choices between 15 and 17. So we will get Wes Durand up top here shortly. While the ice is being resurfaced, we'll dive into the details of this contest between these two. But before we do that, Anoka coming in having won their last contest against Spring Lake Park to the tune of 6-3, which snapped a 6-game losing skid for the Tornadoes, who enter at 2-11. Southwest Christian Richfield 5-4-4 on the year. They're 1-2-1 in the Wright County Conference, which is good for third. Anoka, 9th in the Northwest Suburban with a 1-5 mark in the conference, 2-11 overall, puts them in 8th in 7AA. Southwest Christian enters play tonight at number 7 in Section 2A to the Stars. So once the resurfacing is set to take place, Captains meeting down below before they leave the ice for the ice to be resurfaced. And a player to watch before we take a timeout for Anoka tonight would be Hayden Caesar. He was someone that we would have needed to watch out for, and you would have needed to watch out for if this game had originally been played after Thanksgiving. But now he enters the game with 36 career points, 8 this year, 4 goals, 4 assists, and he's averaging 12 points per season. So he's 4 points off average is Caesar. For Southwest Christian Richfield, one to watch, Caleb Bendel, the senior forward, needing 3 points to go solo fourth in Stars history in total points. Jackson Olam owns fourth currently with 83 total points. Caleb Bendel with 81. So we will pause Wester and shortly as high school hockey yours on a lovely Tuesday evening from here in Anoka. So we'll pause and we'll have more high school hockey on the other side of this short timeout. Back at the Anoka Ice Arena and ready for the teams to join us on the ice surface. Jeff Disher here, Gabby Davis to my left for right now. And we're waiting on both teams, as it is Southwest Christian Richfield who enter the contest with a 5-4-4 mark, and the 1-2-1 mark in the Wright County Conference, good for third in the conference, as they take on the Anoka Tornadoes, ninth in the Northwest Suburban's top 10, with a mark of 1-5 in the conference, 2-11 overall. But neither of these teams really off the schneid or off the blocks, as you will, or if you will. As it'll be Anoka coming out first. Followed shortly thereafter by Southwest Christian Richfield. Giannis Camp about to lead Southwest Christian Richfield onto the ice surface, and he does. So it'll be Giannis Camp in net for the Stars. His adversary to start the game will be Colin Rosenau for the Anoka Tornadoes, as the youth hockey program here in Anoka gets its chance to skate with the Tornadoes, who are led out by Rosenau. The Southwest Christian Richfield Stars, of course, coached by Paul Ranheim in his first year after coming over from Eden Prairie, along with Josh Shingler, who I actually worked with at the North American Tier 3 hockey level for what then were the Twin Cities Steel. Ted Michelis in his first year with the Anoka Tornadoes. His ACs are Eric Johnson, Mike Orn, Brian Pender, and Robbie Gore is the goaltender coach. And now the starting lineups will be introduced momentarily.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's non-conference hockey matchup between Southwest Christian
and we get to the Southwest Christian Richfield starters first.
Starting lineups tonight for Southwest Christian. In goal, number 3, Giannis Camp. At defense, number 21, Tate Hardacre.
Tate Hardacre and Kale Lundquist get the nod on defense.
At the forward, number 27, Caleb Bendel.
Caleb Bendel's line that is centered by Jared Greiner and Eli Hoffman flanking get the nod tonight for Southwest Christian Richfield as well.
Southwest Christian is coached by Paul Ranheim, Josh Shingler, and Wes Duran.
And now we get to Anoka, again coached by Ted Michelis.
With our Anoka Mike B white team.
Mites getting their chance to skate with the varsity.
by Brent Rubini, Nick Conan, Bill Robin, Aaron Long, and the manager is Lindsay Fauché. Here are your players. Number 2, Brendan Long.
The Mites will skate out first before the varsity.
Number 5, Broughton Spandy. Number 7, Theodore Dresbach. Number 9, Maxwell Dresbach. Number 11, Grayson O'Shea. Number 12, Colton Robert. Number 13, Graham Carlson. Number 14, Blake Seeger. And number 15, Chase Flynn. Your Anoka might be late.
And now we get to the varsity starters for the Tornadoes. And we know Colin Rose now in net for the Tornadoes. Rosno, excuse me.
At defense, number 11, Joshua Grasky.
Mason Beaver and Josh Grasky left to right on D.
Number 10, Parker Nedlin.
Or actually, they start 3 and 10, Nedland and Beaver.
On the right wing, number 12, Alan Volcade.
Volcady, Freddie Hubner, and Trevor Lang get the nod
Doctors coached by Kevin Schuis, Brian Pender, and Eric Johnson.
for the Anoka Tornadoes. We'll pause, have the anthem for you, and hockey on the other side. A very snappy rendition of the national anthem as done by none other than Francis Scott Key, and we're ready for hockey in Anoka. As I mentioned in the opening, this contest was supposed to be played on November 29. We will weave facts and nuggets from that night. I've already done so with the number 20. But we will weave facts in from that night in addition to more current ones that we have in store for you. So the team's getting ready to go in their respective areas. And it will be Freddie Hubner in the circle for Anoka to draw against Jared Greiner. Greiner, 3 assists in his last 5 games, 2 against Mound West Tonka back on Thursday evening in Chaska. So we are ready to go.
Tonight's officials assigned by the Minnesota State High School League and brought to us by the St. Paul Hockey Officials Association have chosen to remain anonymous. Let's play hockey!
Underway in Anoka with a Southwest Christian Richfield face-off win. This goes to Tate Hardacre, who ices it down. An icing waved at the line. 9 seconds, 10 seconds now in. And Anoka will not make the first offensive play as that one is dumped back in by Eli Hoffman. And back around the corner, Greiner found Hardacre. That shot deflects on the way in. Hoffman centers that. And it went near Bandel, who had a perfect grade A scoring chance there. 30 seconds into the contest as Southwest Christian coming out the hotter of the two teams so far. Hoffman, right circle, the shot, pad saved by Rosno. Now back towards neutral. Hoffman kept it alive in his offensive zone as that's picked up by Hayden Caesar. Told you in the opening that he has 36 career points and he's averaging 12 per season. 4 points away from average. Brought back ahead by the Tornadoes to center and further by Caesar. Down to the offensive zone, that one will squirt as it comes to Ashton Hendel back behind. Back out to the point. Quick shot on the way in by Palmquist, and it would not go. Now the puck comes near side to far side off the pass by Swenson. This eventually gets to Owen Zick, and Zick fires it around the corner. Now Zick picks it up in his skates as that one bounds to the half wall. Anoka will clear. That pass intended for Caden Sukup, and icing called. 15:28 left to go in the game's opening period. Scoreless game in Anoka. And would you believe it, this is my second time in this building in just about 11 years. I'll explain more as the night progresses. Anoka now with possession back behind. Ryan Bartel with it. Bartel loses out in front, and Southwest Christian on the board first. 1:46, the time of the goal. It's an even strength marker for the Stars. And we'll get the announcement to be absolutely sure. Puck back down. Face-off won by Southwest Christian Richfield, and Caleb Bendel forced that one far side. Hoffman sent that in onside. Chasing in after it is Bendel. Now into the corner. Bendel finds it. Goes back to the point. And got it over to Davis. Davis goes wide with the shot. Picked up by the glove of Eli Hoffman, who's dragged down, and a penalty coming for Southwest Christian Richfield to take advantage of, potentially. Still no touch as that one goes out to Hardacre at the point. Extra man on, and there's the touch. Time of the call, 2:19. So 14:41 left in the period. It'll be an Anoka call. A tripping minor. And the tripping minor goes to Bartel. So Southwest Christian's power play, 5 of 43 on the season. And Anoka's penalty kill, 26 of 41. So we'll see what works best in these next 2 minutes. 3-on-2 at the line for Southwest Christian. Quick shot by Greiner. Wide of the mark. The goaltender thought it got by him. Now that pass a little too hot to handle for 25 in black. That would be Cale Lundquist. So Cody Thomas. Thomas with his third career goal, second of the season, and give the assist to Christian Greer. And that is Greer's first varsity point. The even strength goal coming at 1 minute and 47 seconds. So Southwest Christian on the power play for a minute more as it comes off the wall to Hardacre. Now the puck drifts back to the point from Greiner to Hardacre. Hardacre advances, goes down low into the right circle. Hardacre dumped it off and eventually got it back to Greiner. And it got back to Greiner, I should say. Drive by Lundquist would not go, and the rebound comes to Bendel. Bendel flipped it back, but Lundquist was not there to be found because he overcommitted on the play. 13:15 to go in the first. As this one pops back into the Southwest Christian defensive zone. 28 left in the penalty as this one is skated ahead. Quick shot by Feltman would not go, and the rebound comes over into the corner. Feltman settles that one down as it goes into the corner. I believe that's Swenson. Swenson with a shot. Save made, and the rebound covered by Rosenau. Solid opening power play for Southwest Christian Richfield, who are up 1-0. 12:55 to go in the first period of play. From Anoka. Puck is down. Face off won by Anoka. And they try and clear. Hendel kept it in with a glove at the line. Puck advances and over to Davis. Davis back behind. Davis right out front. And it would not go for Feltman. Penalty over. Five-a-side hockey we play. As Anoka skates out, freshly out of danger in terms of the penalty box. That shot from Caesar goes to the pad of Giannis Camp. And over it'll go. Short side, the shot from Fiacello would not go. 12:20 remaining in the period. 1-0 Southwest Christian. As that shot is found by Palmquist, who drives one from the point. Hendel, looking for safety behind his net, gets it. And Hoffman tries to clear, unsuccessful with that. And the centering feed leads back out to center for Anoka to take over. 12 minutes to play in the opening period as the teams play pong between the goal lines. Now the puck will be brought on by Fiacello. Fiacello forgot the biscuit as he tried to get around one, but picking it up is Jackson Pravanka. Pravanka with this as he struggles his way to get through two. And Pravanka rubbed off the puck at the wall. Now it comes over to Suckup. Suckup gets around one. He has one man with him, that being Bartel. Suckup goes back behind the cage. They pirouette. Bartel gets this. Bartel around the corner. Bartel looking over his options, drops it off. Quick shot by Pravanka. Gets blocked on the way in and cleared by Southwest Christian Richfield to center. Beaver picks this one up in the neutral zone, and Beaver gets rubbed off the puck by Thomas. Now back behind it'll go, and the pickup courtesy of Tate Hardacre as 11:05 remains in the period. Hoffman ices it, or dumps it in rather, tries to get Cody Thomas with the dump in, and instead he gets a rugby scrum for that. Thomas. Only career goal came last year in a 7-2 win over Mount Westonka. As rubbed off the puck was Danny Ness. Now Anoka comes in 2-on-2 at the line, but the shot would not materialize as that is picked up at center by Grasky. Grasky waiting, gets his options, he'll dump it in. Wide of the cage, so that's just a dump in with 10.5 to play in the first. 1-0 Stars as that fan on the keep in by the Anoka Tornadoes allows them to get back at center. Bendel skates this one in up the right side. Bendel right circle. Quick shot and a goal. Caleb Bendel. He was now 2 points away going solo fourth in Southwest Christian Richfield history in terms of total points. Time of the goal, 6 minutes, 43 seconds. We'll wait to see who gets assists on the goal as the puck is down. Face-off won by Southwest Christian Richfield. Swenson brought it over far side with a little help from his friend. Now Swenson gets it back near side. Swenson tried to find Zick, but handling it is Nick Azanoff. Swenson gets it back, and now Southwest Christian hemmed in to the neutral zone as that puck flipped out of play. Lundquist gets an assist. So 6:43 the time of the goal. Bendel from Lundquist, and the assist for Lundquist, his third of his career, third of the season too, for 6 total points. 9:48 to go in the first period of play. Southwest Christian Richfield out to a 2-0 lead. Been there before. Caleb Swenson back around the corner. Swenson pirouettes. Looks over his options. Shoots one. Blocked on the way in. Someone took that up high for Southwest Christian Richfield, and that leads to Lance Lewis skating out. Lewis tried to find Hunter Bruner, and Bruner had his pocket picked. Here come the Stars back to center, and no further. The Tornadoes will bring that one ahead. That one tipped as it went through, so no icing as that one comes up and pops into the netting. 9:12 remaining in the first period of play. 2-0 to the Stars. So a face-off in Southwest Christian Richfield's defensive end. I'd love to have face-off stats if I could. Anoka wins that draw. A quick backhand try from Lang goes into the glove of Giannis Camp. And once he gets settled in here, we'll have Westerand join us. Fresh off of a JV tie. .8:52 to go in the first period of play as Westerand will join us in a moment. Southwest Christian Richfield trying to clear. As Anoka will bring this back in. Volcati brought that on, tried to get one to Lang. Got it there. Backhand try, not going to work for the Tornadoes. As Southwest Christian clears this out to center. Wes, I'll give you a moment to get settled and then get into the game here. Greiner with this. Back around the corner. He only had Cody Thomas with him. And around the corner, this will float. Now back in behind, Anoka looking to get out of their defensive zone. They're hemmed in at the moment with Caesar, a player to watch for Anoka. As this one is brought ahead by the Tornadoes. Pass center, dumped in by Hubner. And around the corner, Giannis Camp will settle this one down. Halfway through the opening period of play. As Southwest Christian with possession on the near side. Bendel rammed into the wall. A glass shaker was that one. As Bendel gets out of that. And his pass intercepted by Fiacello. Fiacello has his pass intercepted by Davis. Davis to Bendel. Bendel shakes around one. Bendel right circle, dumped it over, and Hoffman could not put the shot away. Now Hoffman to a knee, loses the puck back to center as Southwest Christian Richfield regains. 7.5 minutes to go in the first period of play. Offside the call. Wes Duran finally joins us, and you missed some impressive, or well, you may have seen them, but you missed two Southwest Christian Richfield goals in the space of 4 minutes, 57 seconds. Give me one moment. There we go. Try again.
Now?
There you go.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Well, I poked my head out of the locker room. I was in a conference call, and I poked my head out of the locker room. Zoom meeting is what I was on.
Aha.
And I saw the tail end of it. I saw, two quick ones. So that's a great start for us, right?
Southwest Christian Richfield out to that 2-0 lead. Hayden Caesar looking to change that. Backhands, and it goes to Fiacello. Fiacello lost it, and now Southwest Christian Richfield back with Zick dumping that one in. Around the corner, found the other number 10, Parker Nedland there for the Anoka Tornadoes as they skate away like Dire Straits and Mark Knopfler once did years ago. As that one is hacked at, Zick will bring this one in, and Zick, right circle, up into the netting. Same song, different verse with the stoppages in the early going. 6:46 to go in the first.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's great to have a 2-0 lead to start with versus a bunch of penalties. What do you think about that?
I'll say.
We'll take it.
Do like Steve Miller. Take the money and run, right?
Absolutely.
Face off in the Southwest Christian Richfield offensive zone as the Anoka Tornadoes skate out. This comes from Weinrich over to the far side. Got it to Ness, did he? Ness around the corner, surveys his options, but he is harassed by a star. Now into the corner. That one drifting to the side of the net. Rebound went to Weinrich, and it would not go. The puck pops up and pops down. High slot. Kept alive by the Tornadoes. Weinrich with a shot that gets blocked. Rebound touched over by Camp. Back behind the cage. Anoka now buzzing as they look to play it in the corner. Anoka now looking for an offensive shot of their own. Hand pass called. Halt to play with 6:08 left to go in the first. On turn back the clock night, if you will, in Anoka. This game was supposed to be played on November 29 to open the season. Yes.
Cheeky play dish. Cheeky play.
And I will weave in nuggets of the night from that night because I still have the digital version of that spotting board some way, somehow. Thanks, Twitter. 6 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first period of play. Tate Hardacre regains control off a Southwest Christian Richfield faceoff win. I shared one of those nuggets in the open, and I will see if you recall it here at the next stoppage. Greiner tried to get it to Bendel, could not, and Bendel harassed. Southwest Christian Richfield keeping the play alive. Bendel tried to get it to Greiner. Bendel takes it off the wall. Bendel down to a knee and then down all the way as it eventually gets to Hoffman, who throws one. And now the puck squirts out. Bendel takes this. Bendel right circle. He's been strong from there before. Bendel try to get that back to the point. Tate Hardacre under committed to the play. Eli Hoffman there to pick up the trash. And now Bruner offside.
I think it's easy to see from up here. We have the bird's eye view, but I think Bendy coming out of that left corner, being on a right shot, he's got to release it just a little quicker from the top of the slot. I mean, he's just doing a little too much there.
Face-off won by the Anoka Tornadoes, who entered the contest 2-11. That would be good for 8th in Section 7AA. Brought back ahead by Caesar, who shoots one off the steal, and Feltman there to pick up the trash. One penalty so far in the game, and it goes down as an Anoka tripping call to Bartel. Now out of the scrum come the Stars. Don't call it, Tornadoes. Beaver had that one thrown on. Feltman tried to clear the zone and does. Anoka will have to reset on the delayed offside. Now the Stars looking to clear out to center, but they cannot, as that one kept in at the line by the Tornadoes. Swenson now with purpose. Tried to get around one, could not. And the Tornadoes will look to skate back in. Brought back ahead by Volcati. And Volcati gets rubbed off the puck. 4:20 to go in the first period of play. 2-0 Southwest Christian Richfield. Been there before. Bendel sends that one in. Gets Greiner, does he, off the send around the bend. It'll go into the corner where it's picked up by the Tornadoes and brought out towards center. Picking it up is Hubner, and Hubner lost it in his skates. And now the team's trading puck loss as Sukup sent that one down for the retrieval by the Tornadoes in the corner. Now off the wall, that one will squirt to the far side. Who's there to pick it up first? That would be Josh Grasky. 3:40 to go in a relatively clean first period of play from here in Anoka on a high school hockey night. Nedlin tried to get a shot away. He fanned on it. So he has to go back to Trevor Lang to pick up the trash. Lang gets this one over to Grasky. Grasky sends that on to Danny Ness, and Ness rubbed off. 3:20 left to go in the first, as this one's brought ahead by Thomas. Past the blue line, but no further. Now Lang gets it back. Lang, right circle. Lang with a shot, and the save made. Rebound comes the way of Southwest Christian Richfield, although having trouble clearing Ashton Hendel. Hendel rubbed off the puck, has to get a little help from Luke Wozy, it looked like. And Wozy had it picked up by Thomas. Was about to say stolen from him, as that one's gloved down by Thomas. Now the puck rests at neutral and picked up by the Tornadoes with 2:45 left to go in the period. Brought back ahead by Weinrich. Weinrich dropped it off, tried to get Bartel. Bartel has his pocket picked. And Zick overskated on the play by Weinrich. Weinrich looking for a player coming off the ice. That would have been Danny Ness. Now back over comes Zick. Zick fans on the pass, but he gets it to Swenson anyway. Swenson onside, his shot off a skate, rebound. Back to Swenson at the point, and he golfs that one in. I would love to have his golf stroke. 2 1/4 left to go in the first period of play as the puck out of the scrum. Love to hear me say that too. Lundqvist sends that in, delayed offside, allowing Anoka to clear. Anoka with the New York Rangers-esque uniforms. Different coloring, though, as this one is brought in by Palmquist on the near side. He lost it, right as I say that. And Land will send that on goal. Camp will play it with a buck and 3/4 left to go. As that goes all the way down for an icing call. Your observations on the first 15-18, sir.
Before we get into that, can we talk about the jerseys for Anoka just for a second?
Yeah.
I'm more of a traditionalist. I mean, Anoka was a powerhouse in the 80s and the 90s. The logo they have on their breezers is the traditional Anoka logo. I'm just, I'm a traditionalist, Joe. Dish, I like what I see there in terms of the breezer logo. The Ranger thing is overdone, I think. Numerous teams do it. As Beaver got a shot away, Camp out to glove that and cover it. Let's see if I can flash back to the future. Oh, here we go. In franchise history, entering the season, Southwest Christian was 45-8-1 when they score
first, and that's
Wow.
entering the season. I have Anoka's stats going back that far to 2016 to get the correlation correct. As Hoffman brings this in for Southwest Christian Richfield. Hendel dropped that over on the delayed offside. A buck and a dime remaining in the period. Kept alive by Anoka as the quick pass intercepted by Hardacre. Brought ahead by Bendel. Bendel has a goal as that one's dropped to Griner. Griner with a shot, and the shot waffle board to the side as a minute remains in the opening canto from here in Anoka. Hardacre rubbed off the puck. This one comes to Caesar. Caesar with a shot, and he missed it wide. Rebound controlled by Fiacello. And back to neutral. Puck stolen by Swenson. Swenson gets around one in alone, and the save made by Rosno. 35 left in the period. That would have flipped the game on its head had Swenson scored. Hardacre brings it out of his defensive zone. 25 left in the period. Hardacre around two. Hardacre tried to get around three, and his shot into the glove of Rosno. So Rosno coming into the night, West 0-6 on the year. In those decisions, he's averaging just under 26 saves a game.
All right. In other words, he's seen a lot of rubber.
He has seen a lot of rubber.
Yes.
Giannis Camp has also seen a lot of rubber to the tune of 37.15 saves per game. As Anoka controls off the draw. Hoffman got it back, and he got it back to Lundqvist. Hoffman back down low. Hoffman out to the left circle. Hoffman to Lundqvist. Drive gets deflected, and it gets the glass as the buzzer will sound right now, ending the first period of play. So, I know you were in a meeting for a little bit, but do you have a general sense of how you think the first period went?
Well, I'll give you a couple of things. Two, to be exact.
Okay.
Number one is great teams that we're going to see, teams that have improved, teams that are continuing to get better, and teams that we're going to see in the top five, let's say, of our section, all have one thing in common. The puck moves tape to tape consecutively, and they do it well, and they do it with fluidity. We are still struggling. You could see some of the play in the neutral zone where it's hitting skates. It's two passes, then it'll hit a skate, and we've got to kind of try to corral it off of that situation. Too much of that. We're seeing it's got to be a bit more fluid, to say the least. So that's a huge area of our game. That allows us to transition out of the defensive zone fast and accurately, and it also allows us to attack and flow into the attacking zone, certainly with organization. So I think, number one, that's a huge area of improvement. Secondly, is you brought up a statistic about Giannis Camp and the amount of shots on average he's seen.
Yep.
That's got to come down. We're going to have to tighten that up, because it's one thing, and I'm not taking anything away from Anoka, and I'm not taking anything away from Litchfield, Dassel, Cokato, or any of those teams. I'm not taking anything away from Mound.
Yep.
But I'll just say that if you give Orono, for example, if you give Delano, we're going to see one heck of a hockey team in Holy Family yet on our schedule and our conference play.
Yep.
You start giving teams like that 45 to 47 shots on net, 40 shots on net more, that's going to be a problem for you, because they're not just going to be shots into the breadbasket. They're going to be shots up off the upper 90, metal down, bar down. Giannis is going to have to be coming up with not just your garden variety average save. He's going to have to be making massive saves. And in terms of those saves, he's also going to have to gaining stoppages with those saves, not just pucks that remain kicked out and in the defensive zone, right? So I think two things we need to work on are those two things right now.
How does Anoka halt the offensive onslaught of Southwest Christian Richfield? And let me support that with a little data, if I can. So Southwest Christian out to a 2-goal lead. They tied at Litchfield through one. But in at least 3 of the last 4 games, 2 of the last 3 they've scored first. 3 of the last 4 they've scored first. So how does Anoka stem the tide, if you will, for the Tornadoes?
If I'm Anoka right now, and I'm down in that locker room, I'm probably going to forecheck you on a 1-2-2 forecheck. The best team in high school hockey that runs that forecheck is the Wayzata Trojans. Pat O'Leary's team, and Pat doesn't deviate from it unless he's got to get a goal and he's got the goalie pulled or he's pressing. The reason I would run a 1-2-2 forecheck is because of what I said earlier. We're not coming through the neutral zone with solid possession. So if a team that you're playing against isn't going to possess the puck with, you like to say purpose a lot, fluidity, purpose. We're not, we're just, the puck's kind of plinko chipping through the neutral zone. Maybe, you know what I mean? If it's that, then I'm going to put numbers up in the neutral zone. I'm going to wait for you to make a bad pass, try to get it through traffic, and I'm going to try to catch you in transition coming back the other way. And again, I think with the way that we're playing through the neutral zone, I want to see it improve in the second period, because if I'm Anoka, that's my adjustment between the first and the second period. I'm going to switch my forecheck to a 1-2-2. I'm going to let you play into numbers in the neutral zone. I'm going to catch you transitioning and try to bring it back on an odd man rush quickly.
Now, you just got done with a JV game that ended in a tie.
Mm-hmm.
I get a question from a peanut. Hi, Joe Pache. That question is, what did you think of Vinny Ferrara's play in the JV game?
I think Vinny was getting frustrated. I think Vinny's such a nice talent for us. He's a freshman. The size, look at his soft hands. But I think it was great for Vinny to come down, and it was Vinny's idea. I think Vinny wanted to come down and try to get a bit more confidence into his game and get some more reps, and so I thought that Vinny had to work through some things early. Again, we all love what we see from Vinny. We know his future's so bright, but Vinny found out that really there is there's not as much disparity as you think that there might be between varsity and JV. And those JV kids work really hard, right? They'll put bodies on you. They'll get in your way. They'll block passing lanes. They're going to probably make more errors in general, right? They're going to be more mistake prone. But Vinny had to work through some frustrations, and I thought he ended the game really well. I thought he continued to get better as the game went on. But boy, I'll tell you what, he was going every other shift for a while, so his legs were pretty heavy by the time we got to the end of it. He was also killing penalties. Let's all bear in mind, we started the game killing 2 major penalties. For 2/3 of the first period, we were in the penalty box. I say 2/3 because 10 minutes of that was major penalties. So it's a smorgasbord offense if they can get going, right? No matter what happens, we're killing. So, and Vinny was being asked to kill a lot of those.
And they were big kills at that point in the game because you established momentum that you can maybe take away from Anoka on a score as you will, or I'm sorry, a score as you like power play that doesn't end like it would on a minor penalty, or on the first goal.
Right.
So let's do a little something that we do in the varsity post game a little bit, but tailor it to JV a little bit. Stars of the game for JV. I'm assuming Vinny is on that list.
Yeah, Vinny's on that list. I can't. Let's say this. Our goaltender, Damon, I got to tell you, I like his play. He's tracking pucks well. He's turned in 2 back-to-back performances. His performance against Mound was outstanding. So, again, I think he had to make some big saves. I think he was very square to the puck tonight. And I think without his calm, just focused play, even after they got that first one on the power play, I think we would have dug ourselves a lot deeper hole. And then I would say John Earhart. Johnny Earhart, I could go with Christian Greer, too. Greersy's been out injured. To come back and contribute the way he has, right off the bat, pretty special. Again, I attribute that to his hockey IQ. Greersy's hockey IQ is through the roof. It's really smart. So where he doesn't have the physical fitness right now because he's been out so long, he's really made an impact because he just sees the ice and gets the game so well. But Johnny Earhart's effort was terrific tonight. And when we needed him to be physical, but clean physical, he was. Got in on the forecheck early, did some nice things. And he was really fairly clean in our D zone as well. So I think, tie between those two.
Y'all fought hard for a 50-minute tie as you go into 3 games in the span of a 5-day period from now to Saturday in New Ulm. JV starts at 1 Saturday afternoon in New Ulm with the varsity game to follow at 3 p.m. But Southwest Christian's next one on Thursday night, Highland Park, Highland Arena. You get a chance to, or will you get a chance to sit down and break things down tomorrow or do you practice tomorrow?
Yeah, no, we'll practice tomorrow. I mean, this is the fun stuff. I mean, it's exhausting physically for the kids, but this is the fun time of the year. January is a grind month. It goes by quick. Our schedule is such we're going 3 times a week now. We went 3 times a week last week. We'll go 3 times again this week, like you just alluded to and said. So I think, we'll go through practice. Vinny's going to spend some time with us now. We should see him the rest of the week, so that's going to change the dynamic on our power play a little bit. It doesn't change the way we're running the power play, but it does change the personnel in the field for it. There's that. It also, adds another dimension to our penalty kill. So those are 2 things we'll cover. And then we're going to go through a nice flow practice tomorrow, really get the puck moving. I think in both varsity and JV, we can't stress it enough. We want to play at Southwest Christian a game of very disciplined D-zone simplicity. We keep it simple, just really focus on areas of the ice, doing our job, and it's so commonplace for us. We just know intuitively where to be, and then we want to play a possession game. We really want to play a possession game that can alter. So when we want to hold on to the puck and for lack of a better term, rope it up, we want to slow the game down and really command the flow of the game. We want to be able to do that. And then on the flip side, when we need to turn it up and go high octane, we can make fewer passes but make them really stick to the tape, and we can get in there and get after it. So we're really stressing on the ability to possess the puck and how well we can do that, and that includes moving the puck well to each other.
And you balance, or how do you balance that out if you need to get more, I guess we'll say, physically aggressive? And walk that line that way so as not to draw the ire of the men in stripes?
Yeah, sure. Puck possession in this case would be an example. Like when we come through the neutral zone, come through it simplicity wise. Let's make one good clean pass to the outside wing. You hit that offside wing going, and then let's drive down the wall. And if that defenseman's going to come to you, absorb that hit, suck that physical hit all the way to the wall. Let's protect the puck. Let them make that physical play. But on the same hand, hey, we love it. Come get us. That's fine. We'll absorb the hit. We love a clean physical game, no problem. And F2 is going to come right in behind us. We're going to make a nice simple play, whether that's an indirect bump off the boards and we continue our cycle down forward below the goal line, or we're going to chip it back off the wall or leave it on the wall and pull the guy down with us physically as the inertia carries us down the wall, and we're in the zone and we're playing that physical game. So I think in that aspect, when we're not necessarily always the first to throw the hit on the forecheck, we don't always need to be. We can let the physical play come to us, and we can thrive off of that way.
I know I mentioned turn back the clock night, and I will turn back the clock and then bring it forward. If this game were played on November 29 in 1934, in their first year as the Detroit Lions, Detroit was beaten by Chicago 19-16 in the first NFL game broadcast nationally on the radio back in those days. Lions had no passing touchdowns, with the Bears having 2. And then if I bring it back to present day, January 16, 1960, Detroit Red Wing right winger Gordie Howe scored a goal and an assist in a 3-1 win over the Chicago Blackhawks. The game was Howe's 88th in his career, and he became, at the time, the NHL's all-time leading scorer with 947 total points. That night, he passed Montreal's Rocket Richard for the top spot.
The facts, the cornucopia of facts the dish brings to the table.
You know what? I do my job. I love what I do, and I love educating all of you.
When you went down that Lions path, the Detroit Lions path, I thought we were going to go back into this conundrum that we went into with the Wisconsin, the Chicago Packers thing. Yeah, that thing really threw Shingy for a loop the other night.
And I'm going to save 1966 for when he's up here to throw him for a further loop. Those of you who saw the tweet this morning can read it, but we'll throw Shingy for a loop in the second intermission, and so you'll want to stay tuned for that. As Southwest Christian first back on the ice, the second period, the period of the long change, and Anoka with the last change, of course, throughout the contest. But as we go into the second period of play, Southwest Christian with a 2-goal lead. And that 2-goal or 3-goal lead, Wes, has been, we'll say, kryptonite lately for the Southwest Christian Richfield Stars. Teams have been welcomed back into games of late. I'm thinking of the Mound West Tonkas. I'm thinking of the Litchfield Dassel Coqueitos.
Well, we certainly, it's, let's say this. We're going to, number one, I'll say it this way. It's a good thing that we can produce offense early in a game, right? It's a good problem for us to have to learn how to defend a 2-0 lead. Let's say it this way. If we're constantly getting a 2-0 lead on our opponent and we're allowing them to come back in, at some point we're going to learn how to defend a 2-0 lead, and then we're going to be good to go, right? So if we, other teams sometimes have the other problem. They get to February, and all of a sudden they get the yips and they can't score any goals.
Yeah.
And so right now we're finding ways where we couldn't score goals in the beginning of the year to save our life. Now we're scoring goals, holding our opponent to nothing, and now we're just finding out, now we're on the reverse side. We have to hold people back. We have to learn how to play with a lead. Learning to play with a lead is not a bad problem to have in the middle of January.
It's when you get to crunch time that it can, or a problem can fester itself and grow even further than it already has.
Yeah. If we were having to come from behind all the time, that would be something to be concerned about. But, the trend is the opposite, is it not? So, that's a problem we'll fix. We'll learn how to defend a lead. That's no problem.
Back for period number 2, he's Wes Durand. I am Jeff Disher for those who are joining us late. Where the heck have you been? Southwest Christian Richfield out to a 2-goal lead on goals at 1:46 from Cody Thomas. Give the assist to Christian Greer. Uneven strength. Caleb Bendel scores his 42nd career goal with an assist to Kale Lundquist, his 3rd assist in his career and on the season. Both goals even strength. And the goal, the Bendel goal coming at 6 minutes 43 as we begin period number 2. Puck down, face-off won by the Stars, who are skating right to left on your computer screen or TV screen if you've Chromecasted this game. We're glad to have you with us as Caesar brings this one in for Anoka, and a quick shot leads to a quick save 13 seconds into period 2.
Dish, I'm looking through some of these scores that you've got for Anoka.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of blowouts in there, a lot of tight games for them.
A lot of tight games. The Elk River Zimmerman game comes as the outlier in that, as they were beaten 7-1 in that contest in Elk River about 5 days ago. Brought back ahead by Southwest Christian Richfield to center, and no further as this one is picked up by Parker Nedland. Nedland has it fought off from him as he has one career point, that being an assist, as Tate Hardacre picks this up, brings it in. Hardacre rubbed off the puck, and here come the Tornadoes back to center and beyond. This one is skated in by Nedland, and he gets to the puck first in the corner. Bodies fly. We're okay, though. We play on. Puck back behind the net of Giannis Camp as that's picked up by Hoffman. Got a weird bounce off the end wall, and the Stars will bail the goaltender out. As it's hacked at center by 2 players each. Hoffman hacks it to the red line. Hit on the play was Hubner as he took a pretty good shiver from Caden Feltman. Whistle goes, halt to play. And the halt with 15:44 to go in the period. So we alluded to this just a second ago. We'll have Josh Schingler in the second intermission as the puck will be dropped in the center circle. Puck down, face-off won by the Anoka Tornadoes, and Palmquist controls this. Back up ice come the Tornadoes, and they would have been in onside. The race to the puck won by Hubner, but Anoka could not establish possession. Whistle, halt to play, a penalty coming for interference. And the time of the call, 1 minute and 33 seconds. So an interference call to Anoka. Southwest Christian Richfield's second power play of the game. And they entered the night at 5 of 43 on the PP, did Southwest Christian Richfield. They win the draw to open the power play as that one is spun on by Hardacre. Hardacre got it to Greiner, who gets it to Bendel. Bendel through the skates of Jared Greiner, and Greiner has to find this in the circle. Greiner surveys his options, goes to Lundqvist. Lundqvist to Hardacre. Hardacre with a shot, blocked by a body. Rebound squirts outside of the net, covered by Rosno.
You know, something I'm noticing here, a little bit more foot movement. We need to move the feet a little bit more on the power play, not so much stationary passing.
It is flat. I do agree with you. Puck back down, face off one by the Stars. You were going to say?
Better shot selection, too.
Hardacre with a shot. Got the glass with the shot from the point. Greiner finds this in the corner, gets Hoffman. Hardacre kept it in at the line. Goes to Greiner in the corner. Greiner, right circle. Greiner delivers cross ice through traffic, and the puck picked up by Bendel. Bendel skates it into the left circle, centered one, but blocking the play was Pravanka. Now over into the corner, Southwest Christian on the power play for a $1.04. Dropped off by Hardacre. Quick shot from the right circle, got through a body and deflected to the glass. Side of the net, and the rebound controlled by Bendel. Bendel tried to chip one out front, and that'll be cleared by Anoka down and out. 14 1/4 remaining in the second period of play as it's 2-0 Southwest Christian on 2 even-strength goals in the opening stanza. Brought ahead by Feltman. Feltman with a shot wide. Rebound goes into the corner and cleared, but not out by Anoka. Hardacre tried to find that side of the net, and Hardacre has to give chase into the corner. Now the bodies are flying and the slash is occurring. Hardacre takes a dive and a quick shot. Blocked. I don't know where that ended up, but it ends up coming out of the zone for Camp to go grab.
Proud of Tate for walking away from that on the half wall in the offensive zone. I thought that was a penalty there, and he didn't retaliate. He walked away from it.
Certainly a penalty waiting to happen if he does retaliate there.
For sure.
As it is the Stars who get possession. Zick will backhand that one in. Penalty over. And 5-a-side we play. 13:23 to go. Second period of play as that one pops off the glass. And bodies flying, that being Feltman. And out to neutral to go. Right in front of us, they battle for possession. And the battle won by the Anoka Tornadoes. No, check that. That would be Ashton Hendel and the Stars. Sent in and sent back out by the Tornadoes. Bruner has it picked from him. Got it to Bartel offside at the line. 12:54 to go in the second. You're a golfer, are you not?
I've been known to hit the links dish, yes.
On what would have been November 29, 1912, it was Ben Hogan's birthday.
Really?
As that one covered up, Ben Hogan was a nine-time winner at a major golf tournament, including 2 Masters. He died in 1997, which was the year that Tiger Woods famously won in his coming out party in Augusta.
You know, you knew that right off the top of your head, didn't you?
Yeah,
that one you did.
That one I did. 12:43 to go in the second period as that came off a stanchion weird, but Anoka will clear. Fiacello tried to drop it off, but he got it instead to Sam Rudolph. Rudolph had a point against Kennedy back before the holidays. On that point came as an assist in the third period of that game against the Eagles. Out of a scrum comes that puck to the Tornadoes. Back to Lang for a shot. And the glove shows some love for Giannis Camp.
Johnny Earhart getting some ice here, 26.
And a hit being made in the grade A area, freeing up Giannis Camp to see the puck. Face off to his right. Puck is down. Face off one by the Tornadoes. Quick shot by Lang into the glove of Camp.
A dish.
West.
Did Anoka have these jerseys last year?
For the game in Richfield, not that I can recall.
Okay.
Hoffman sends that one on, and it gets back to the Tornadoes in the neutral zone. Offside, or a delayed offside. forces the play back out into the neutral zone.
I asked that question, as I alluded to earlier. I'm a traditionalist, but Jared Reinholz used to be the head coach up here as of late and recently. And I just got to tell you, I don't see Riney putting that logo on the front of the jersey. It might be a new regime thing.
Jared Reinholz, by the way, in his time as the Anoka head coach, 44 wins, 98 losses, 9 ties. 11:43 to go in the second period of play as the Tornadoes skate out. That shot from Lang up over everybody, and it comes back out to the half wall. Spits out to the neutral zone. Greiner tries to find Bendel, but the puck stolen from him. Now unable to bring it into the zone was Palmquist, and chasing is Cullen Land. Land has it picked from him as Hubner tries to pick up the trash. And now Southwest Christian in alone. Bendel made the right call given the circumstances with that shot, and a penalty coming to Anoka. So Southwest Christian Richfield on the power play for the third time tonight. 0 for 2 in its previous 2. As the penalty coming at 5:57.
We really need to make them pay the price here. We've had, like you said, this will be our third power play.
0 for on the first 2.
Yeah, and where we sit right now in this game with 11:03 to go in the second, it's key critical that we make them pay here.
And the officials talking about it. I did not see an initial signal. No time up on the board either.
You got a 10-minute major coming for boarding.
Ooh, 10-minute misconduct coming the way, or a 5 and a 10 coming for Cullen Land for boarding. So another Tornado will have to serve the call, or the boarding call. So a 5-minute score as you like power play for Southwest Christian Richfield. Ness back behind. This would be a big kill for Anoka if they can get it. And as I said, a score as you like power play, as Zick tried to clear it. Zick rammed into the wall. And now Southwest Christian not able to find themselves in the first 30 seconds of the power play. Ness has it stolen from him. Here come the Stars. Skating with purpose is Hendel with a shot. Save made by Rosno. And that puck comes back out to center. Dragged down on the play was Weinrich. And now you're really playing with fire if you use wrestling moves on the 200 by 85 foot sheet. 10 minutes and a penny remaining in the second period, as Southwest Christian Richfield has put away a minute of power play time.
You see, Dish, this is the stuff I'm talking about.
Yep.
Where we're not connecting on passes. And we have a man advantage. It's got to be better than this.
And
here we go.
That one's sent on by Davis, far side. Davis gets it to Greiner. Greiner pops at the half wall. Greiner pops it back to the point. Fought off the puck was Lundqvist. Now back over, right circle. A pass into the slot and through. Lundqvist will pick it up at the point. His shot right in on Rosno, and the save made, but the puck cleared. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left to go on the man advantage for Southwest Christian Richfield. 9 and 2 dimes remaining in the period.
That's
a pass like that to lay it offside bailed Southwest Christian Richfield out there. Hoffman with this in the offensive zone tried to find Bendel, but instead got Greiner. Greiner with this back on the half wall. Greiner skates into the right circle, dropped it off, got Hardacre. Hardacre, right circle. Centered one, tried to get Bendel, but it was lost in his skates. Now Southwest Christian, Anoka trying to clear, they will, down on goal, and Camp out to play it. 8:43 to go in the period, 2:40 left to go in the power play. A score as you like power play not going so well for Southwest Christian Richfield on the night, and Hardacre rubbed off the puck at the half wall. Now they fence for it, and Grasky involved on the play in the left circle. Grasky fought off the puck, and now Southwest Christian Richfield establishes possession. Sent down low by Swenson to Hardacre. Hardacre tried to center one to no Star in particular, and the puck trapped behind the net. That'll be cleared down the length of the ice by the Tornadoes, and they have stemmed the tide for over half the power play, or half the PK, I should say. 8 minutes and a nickel remaining in the period as Southwest Christian tries again. Coming into the zone is Swenson. He fans on the shot, and into the corner he'll pick it up. He has Hendel waiting for him at the point, and now the puck off the half wall. This comes over to Swenson. Swenson drive deflected up into the glass off the stick of Palmquist. Now back at the point, Southwest Christian will take it. And now Swenson from near the right circle. I don't know if that was the best shot decision as it went into the defender's skates, that defender being Suka. Now back down low, dribble drive not going to work for Southwest Christian Richfield as that is cleared. 7.5 remaining in the period. And that pass will go the length of the ice for the pickup by Palmquist. Palmquist on the season, in his career, 15 total points, 2 on the season. Hall to play with 7.25 remaining in the period. Southwest Christian's power play aggression has to start with a face-off win here, no?
Yeah, it does.
Greiner in the circle. Puck down. He got the face-off win that we called for as this goes back to Hardacre. Hardacre skates around one. Hardacre tried to get Greiner as that one goes perilously. The net comes off. Halting play with 7 minutes, 4 pennies. And if you have Hardacre taking you on his back in the final stanza of the power play, where does the power play come? Where does the power play come from? And the answer would be nil so far, at least.
Well, now they're going to take him to the box.
So
that's I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. It's an aggressive drive to the net. But again, we're on the power play, so is that even necessary? Mm-hmm. Probably not. But again, on top of that, you have to ask yourself, out of frustration, we've been on the power play for basically 4 minutes, and it's just been one fumbled play after another after, attempt to it just hasn't clicked. So, unfortunately, we're going to play some 4-on-4 here for a minute, and then they're going to have a power play for
58. Mm-hmm. So the 5-minute scores you like power play over 1 minute and 2 of 4-on-4 for that Tate Hardacre penalty. I did not get a signal, so we will hear the announcement as Camp will glove that and cover it. Very cleanly played game so far. 4th penalty on the night. Goaltender interference. The call against Hardacre. And there are times in the other part of my career where I see that, but it's not often. First time I've had to mention goaltender interference on a broadcast this year. 6:55 to go, second period of play. 52 left in the 4-on-4 as that shot bounds wide for the Tornadoes. Back over this one comes courtesy of Palmquist, and around the corner he tried to find Mason Beaver. Beaver, who has played in 21 games over the last 2 seasons, establishes possession for Anoka. Driving the net did Beaver, and the puck brought back out by Southwest Christian Richfield. Greiner tried to get Bendel. Bendel had the puck slip through his stick. Now off the referee comes Bendel, and Bendel loses the puck in the corner. Picked up by Greiner. 6:17 to go in the period. Drive from Hoffman, and the save made by Rosno. Around the corner, Anoka looking to ice it with 5 left in their 4-on-4 time. As this one's brought in by Beaver, full strength Anoka. So it's an Anoka power play for the first time tonight. Their 51st power play of the year as an offside goes. Anoka 10 of 50 on the power play. Southwest Christian on the penalty kill, 43 of 53 entering play tonight. 5:53 left to go, second period. He's Wester and I am Jeff Disher. As the puck is back down, Prabanka sends this cross ice. And now in onside is Grasky, who shoots one up into the netting. Although not as many netting-related stoppages as we had in Litchfield the other night.
I don't think you're ever going to see that again.
No.
That building's a magnet for it. Holy mackerel.
5 3/4 minutes to play in the second period. 41 left on the Anoka power play. As they are chasing. And now Anoka coming out of their defensive zone. That can only benefit Southwest Christian Richfield as the puck's stolen there. But Southwest Christian Richfield look to be changing behind the play. 22 left in the man advantage. As Anoka now having trouble clearing the zone. Caesar tried to get that cross ice, and he got it to Fiacello and had his pocket picked. Fiacello tried to get around one, lost it. Final 5 of the power play. And the Anoka power play comes to an end. Still a 2-0 lead to Southwest Christian Richfield. Brought back ahead by Provanka, and Provanka will dump that in. I believe that is out of play with 4:57 to go in the second. Coming up at the intermission, we'll have Josh Shingler join us upstairs. So stay tuned for that, and a Chicago reference coming his way. As the puck back down, face-off won by Southwest Christian Richfield, and Hendel goes cross ice. Icing waved on the play as Hoffman goes in after it. Hoffman tried to get it to Greiner. Greiner harassed and brought to a knee. Now the Tornadoes looking to clear, as it is Lang with possession. Lang tried to clear it out, could not. Bentel centered one, but to no avail as Volcati will send that one on. It goes instead to Palmquist, who enters on the near side. 2-on-1 on the near side, save made by Camp, or on the far side rather, save made by Camp. So earlier in the day, the building played Stuck in the Middle with You. I'm a big Jerry Rafferty guy, so I do have a clown to the left of me and a joke to the right. As a shot off a face-off win by Anoka goes by the wayside. Lang got that shot away. And Greiner enters with a 3-on-1 opportunity, or 3-on-2 opportunity rather, for Southwest Christian Richfield. Greiner surveys his options. Centered one, got it back to Hoffman, who fans on the shot. And the rebound comes out to Anoka, who will clear to neutral as that one is fisted down by Volcati. Hoffman got it to Hubner. Hubner enters left circle. Hubner with a shot. Save made Camp, and the rebound flutters back behind the cage. Picked up on the far side by Austin Weinrich, who has 4 points in his career. Weinrich kept it alive on the half wall. The struggle ensues on the half wall. Weinrich got it back to Provanka for a shot. Rebound for Anoka, who could not put it in. Now a shot off the side of the shoulder, it looked like, of Camp. 3:25 left to go in the period as Anoka maintains possession. Brought back in the corner by the Tornadoes and Danny Ness. Ness surveys. Ness on his backhand drops it off to the point, and a shot goes up high and rainbows back down cross ice. It came to Provanka, who is sent into the wall, and a whistle goes here. Penalty called by the rear referee, and a roughing call with 3:04 remaining in the period.
So you see how the breakdown starts to happen here, Dish? The lack of fluidity in the game starts to give them life. Certainly not, collecting on a 5-minute major power play. And then they start to produce their first offensive real mojo of the game, and now here we are in the box. So, we'll have to figure this piece of it out.
It's a learning process as Anoka wins the draw. Roughing the call to Hoffman, giving Anoka life on the power play. Palmquist goes cross ice. Roughing the call to Hoffman. That one sent in front, and Anoka on the board. I believe the goal will go to Hayden Caesar. It is a power play goal at 14-13. I'll wait to see who scored it. We'll hear the announcement, and they're actually going to talk about it. They wave it off. So the goal waved off. It is still 2-0. Must have been, I'm going to guess, goaltender interference there.
Well, no, they lost sight of the puck. Giannis had it. I had a direct sight line at it. So they all three lost sight of the puck. Giannis had it frozen. They jammed it in at the. If they're going to call it goaltender interference, so be it. He had clear possession of it. He had it solidly collected, And they just kind of piled up and shoved it in. The whistle should have come sooner. I
So
don't know.
So the phantom whistle.
Yeah, I don't know what the official call is going to be, but I will say this. How many more breaks are we going to catch, right? So when a game starts to flow this way, you get a 5-minute major on a power play, you don't convert. Now you put them on the power play, they're jamming at it, we get a goal called off. Okay, we've got enough breaks go our way right now. You're testing the waters here. It's probably time that we say, okay, that's enough, let's go, because it's we're giving them a lot of life and a lot of opportunity here.
2:47 to go in the second period. So 2-0 in favor of Southwest Christian Richfield after the goal called back. Power play, though, for $1.38. So Southwest Christian not out of danger by any stretch of the imagination. Palmquist gets this and got it to Fiacello. Back behind the cage it'll go and into a scrum. 2v1, and Anoka comes out the winner as you'd expect. Palmquist from the point, missed it wide. Rebound goes back over to Sukup, and Sukup could not find a man as this one comes back off the half wall. Minute and 12 remaining on the Anoka power play. 2:14 left in the period, as it is 2-0 Southwest Christian Richfield on the strength of 2 even-strength goals. Hardacre skated it out, but this one comes to Caesar. Caesar with a shot missed wide, as this one's picked up by Palmquist, and around the corner it'll go. Sukup first there, and now Southwest Christian will clear the puck down and out. 45 left on the power play. Does that goal called back give Southwest Christian momentum that they might not have had in that sequence?
Yeah, it either gives Anoka life or, it could go both ways, Dish.
Hubner with a shot in on camp, save made.
If nothing more, it should certainly serve as a wake-up call.
Definitely defensively, and you're speaking with a guy who played...
You were in the cage.
I was in the cage.
You were in the cage.
And I seemingly played 3 positions at times. I had a wheelchair in front of me in most of those instances, too. Puck back down, Anoka with possession. Under 30 left in the power play for the Tornadoes, which has not come to life yet in the game. Brought back ahead, though, by Beaver. Beaver trying to find a man off the wall. He found Volcati. Volcati tried to keep it in. And the final 8 seconds of power play time will tick off the clock as the power play over for Anoka after a goal called back. 1 minute and a penny left to play in the second, as Southwest Christian Richfield back to full strength. Now Anoka has to find themselves to get back in the game. Greiner steals the puck off the half wall. Backhand try for Bendel would not go, and the rebound came to Hoffman. Hoffman picks it up around the corner, gets Bendel. Bendel tried to go out front to Greiner. Greiner bumped off the puck in the slot, and Bendel with this. Bendel skates it down into the corner and sends it to a waiting Mason Beaver. Beaver tries to clear and cannot. Now a second effort leads to a mini 2-on-1 breakout for the Tornadoes as they come into the offensive zone. 27 left in the period, and trying to do too much with the puck there, Trevor Lang. Lang with a shot wide. Rebound comes back over to 14 in white. That's Palmquist. Palmquist around the corner, got it to a teammate, and now back to the point. Land with a shot right in on goal, and the save made by Camp.
I think what you're going to find, and this goes across the board, is it's tough to win in January too. Everybody's playing much better, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So the message in the locker room, I'm sure, is going to be, hey, listen, we can't be giving away opportunities.
Most certainly. You hear the voice of Wester and Jeff Disher here for those who tuned in late. Whistle goes, penalty, holding play, interference at 16:54. It is an Anoka penalty to, I believe it's Bartel. I'll check the number.
It is Bartel.
It is Bartel. So Southwest Christian Richfield set to get what will end up being 1:54 of fresh ice on the power play. Shot right at the bell. Saved by Camp. And the second period over just like that. Southwest Christian with a 2-0 lead through 34 minutes. Is there anything that, 2 questions here, is there anything that Southwest Christian Richfield, can clean up in the room And then for Anoka, how do you get back in it?
Well, I mean, first of all, yeah, I mean, we need to play simpler. We need to, I mean, anytime Dish, for example, so we're going to get a chance to see our power play real fresh out of the locker room. Anytime a power play unit is having to, or thinking they need to, or putting themselves in a position to ring the puck on the wall, yeah, no, we don't ring the puck on the power play. So, I mean, bumping it down the boards, if you're, having to, go on the power play against an aggressive diamond, let's say, and somebody's coming at you and you just make a little indirect bump pass, that's a whole different kettle of fish. But, we're not connecting on passes, so we need to slow it down, simplify it. I liked at the end of the 5-minute major, Griner pulled up short on the half wall. So we need to see more stuff like that. Secondly, if you're Anoka and you're in the locker room, because we haven't capitalized and you're looking for a spark, you're looking for a positive here, there's the possibility, not knowing our group, not knowing, again, I'm playing devil's advocate here, being the Anoka guys.
Yeah.
We haven't made them pay the price yet for all these penalties they've taken. We just haven't done it. I mean, what are we on the power play now, including a 5-minute major? We're 0 for 3. Is it 0 for 4? What are we?
0 for 3 plus the 1 minute and 54 second should be power play for Southwest Christian Richfield upcoming as the third period will start. That penalty was an interference minor to Ryan Bartel, so he will sit for $1.54 and some change. So
we're not connecting on passes. We're not taking advantage of these huge opportunities they're giving us. So if you're Anoka, that starts to look – and then you started to get some offense at the end. You saw Anoka started to have some attack zone time.
Yep.
So now you're thinking, hey, maybe they'll self-destruct. Now, of course, we won't do that. But, for them, they don't know that,
And to be fair – as a broadcaster, I don't know that. It could happen in the minute 55. Southwest Christian is 0 on 3 power plays so far in the game.
I'm sending optimism their way.
I'm
casting down optimism from the booth here, Dish.
Southwest Christian now on its 4th power play, which will see $1.55. $1.54 and some change if you want to get really nitpicky and critical. We'll pause. We'll have Josh Shingler sometime during the intermission, and Wes and I will be back for those intermission activities and more. It's Turn Back the Clock night from Anoka as high school hockey is yours on a Tuesday. sir. Oh. I almost forgot. I was into it. I get you. So I'm going to stun you tonight, my friend.
Can you hear me?
I can. Second intermission at Richfield Ice Arena, and it is Jeff Disher's Josh Shingler with you. Wes and I sort of talked about it. Give us your quick thoughts on the first 34.
First period we came out flying, and now
Grounded?
our kind of nemesis has been our power play. We got to bury on this minute 55 left and kind of get that three goal cushion and settle in.
Well, the 3-goal cushion most recently and a 2-goal cushion have been kryptonite for you, if we're honest.
I know.
I wanted to bring you in on Turn Back the Clock night for 2 reasons. One, did you know that going into the season, 20 being the length of time in seasons that the last varsity 15-minute hockey period was played, Anoka beat Roseville in the AA title game that year, 3-1. Then the Federation mandated 17-minute periods. And then secondly, because I know you have an affinity for Chicago, on January 16, 1966, Chicago granted their third NBA franchise, which would be the Bulls, who have played at Chicago Stadium and the United Center. From 1946 to 50, the Stags, or they were the Stags, and were the Chicago Packers or Chicago Zephyrs from 1961 to 63.
A lot of name changes there. What's going on?
I don't know, but there's good pizza down in Chicago, so I hear. And I think we got some back in 2014, if I recall, in our time
Yes.
with the Steel.
Yes, we did.
And
Nationals.
I believe it was Giordano's, was it not?
Yes, it was.
I think we.
That's good memory.
I do what I can for you, Shingy. So, impressions on what needs to be done in the third for Southwest Christian to maintain this 2-goal lead, and how does Anoka come back into the game?
So maintain it, power play right here, stay out of the box, and then they've been pretty physical game for us. And I think if we just simplify our D zone a little bit more, getting pucks out, limiting those odd man rushes, we'll be just fine.
And and Anoka?
Anoka?
I'm asking you to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I know, shocker.
I mean, they've been generating shots, and I think if they just keep generating shots and kind of put us on our heels more, that's where we'll be in trouble if they get that forecheck going, and hopefully we just stay settled in.
As much as I'd love for you to call the third period up here, you've got to enjoy the third period from down there. So that is Josh Shingler. You're welcome, bud. Shingler joins us second intermission from here in Anoka, as it'll be Wes Duran back with us shortly to start the third period in a 2-0 game to Southwest Christian Richfield through 2 periods of play. Something I would love to have right now would be the shots on goal. I do not, although I have an estimate of about 2 times to 1 in favor of Southwest Christian Richfield to the tune of 30 to 15. That's not official by any stretch of the imagination, but that's something I'd love to have and bring to you. I cannot do that business. So bringing Southwest Christian Richfield forward a little bit, Thursday night, the Stars take on Highland Park in a game that you'll see right here on YouTube, 7 p.m. start there for Wes and yours truly. The Anoka Tornadoes on Thursday night take on Coon Rapids right here in this very building. And I believe, I can't confirm this, but I believe CTN will have that game for the Tornadoes as they play Coon Rapids and the Cardinals. I don't even have a Coon Rapids Cardinals basketball update. CTN doing that game too tonight. Just up the driveway from where we are here at the Anoka Ice Arena in Anoka. So Southwest Christian Richfield will be on a minute and 55 or 54 plus second power play to start the third period of play. As Wester End reassembles and rejoins. I can tell you, Wes, that he was stunned by the Chicago fact from 1966.
You hit him with that one, huh?
Third franchise in NBA history for the being the Bulls. They were the Chicago Stags from 1946 to 50, and the Chicago Packers or Zephyrs from 1961 to 63 before they became the Bulls.
The Zephyrs, and you really blew his mind with that one, huh?
I did.
I kind of disappointed I wasn't here to see his reaction. On the same hand, let's talk intermission. What I can tell you, the discussion down in the locker room about what I expected. I don't know what Josh said between periods, but we certainly were talking about fluidity through the neutral zone. So hopefully that transitions here to the third.
Expect to see that. On January 16, 1982, famed NHL goaltender Grant Fuhr, who was a rookie with Edmonton at that point, defeated by Toronto 7-1. That snapped a 23-game unbeaten streak for Fuhr. He made 28 saves.
As a rookie?
As a rookie.
Wow.
He made 28 saves on the night, and home teams, this'll throw you, home teams that night went 4-1-2, including a Minnesota North Star victory over the Quebec Nordiques at the Met Center.
Quebec Nordiques.
Now the Colorado Avalanche.
You know your stuff, Dish.
I do what I can, Wes. Third period underway as the teams back on their traditional sides of the ice as Southwest Christian restarts the period with possession. Dropped off, eventually getting to Lundqvist at the point. His shot right in on goal, save made Rosno. And Rosno still in the net, although they have Lauren Lafferty in reserve should they need her. Brought back to Lundqvist for a shot from the point, seen by Rosno and shoveled aside. 16:28 to go in regulation. Bendel sent that one down low. Pad save made, and the rebound flutters out front. Anoka will clear it out. And Southwest Christian Richfield has two skating backwards. Now it goes into the corner where it's found by Lundqvist. Lundqvist with Hardacre on this line as it goes to Bendel in the corner. Bendel tried to find Lundqvist, and Lundqvist will send it to Bendel near side. Bendel sends it on, gets it to Greiner. Greiner, and that line has stayed together all game. Greiner gets it back to the point. Lundqvist drive, and a save made by Rosno, as he felt like he was harassed 1 minute and 7 seconds into the period. 47 seconds to go in the man advantage for Southwest Christian Richfield in a 2-0 game.
You know, Dish, I remember when this building used to get packed out. I bet they still do pack it out for some rivalry games.
I would believe so. I think Coon Rapids coming in here Thursday night will definitely pack the joint.
Oh, yeah, good call.
And I believe that game will be on CTN as that pops up and down right in front of us. The Tornadoes with possession. This goes to Hubner, who shoots one. That finally catches the boards after rainbowing down. Hoffman with this up ice for Southwest Christian Richfield as they go back into the neutral zone. Crossing was Hendel, and Hendel could not get a shot away. Hendel tried to get it over to Swenson. Don't know what that decision was. That goes down, but icing waved with 15 minutes and a nickel remaining in the period and regulation. Anoka back to full strength, and not the start that you want, as Feltman tried to get a shot away, was blocked. Not the start you want for Southwest Christian Richfield on special teams in the period. Brought back ahead by Lang for a shot. In on Camp. He'll make the save and the rebound. Controlled by Camp and sent down. Icing waved, so going back to grab that is Danny Palmquist. 14:42 to go in the third period of play, so regulation time still on as that one is hacked out to Bartel. 2-on-2 at the line. Bartel with a shot. Save made by Camp. Important result here. Important result against Highland Park. An important result against New Ulm on Saturday. They don't get any easier for Southwest Christian Richfield.
Hey, they're all important this time of the year, bud. They're all important, right?
You saw that going 1-1-1 in the Wright County Conference Gauntlet a week ago, is where I was headed. Beaver waiting for a teammate, chips it off the wall, got it to Hoffman. Hoffman right circle, got it to Bendel, who fans on the shot. Bendel back in the corner, tries to find Greiner, and Greiner harassed. Greiner regains. Greiner into the corner, that pops up into the netting with 14:07 to go in regulation time. So shots on goal, I can now confirm 30-15 in favor of Anoka.
30-15 in favor of Anoka?
Excuse me.
Southwest Christian.
30 to 15 in favor of Southwest Christian Richfield. Yes.
Okay. That makes more sense.
That would be saves. As it comes down. Anoka with possession. As it comes to Grasky. Grasky trying to find a teammate, Rutrow Reggie, but Rosno there to plug the leak.
It's hard to score goals at this time of the year, too. It's just everything's just that much harder to get, right? So we're battling here. I agree, though. It was not the best start on the power play.
13:42 to go in the third period of play. He's Wester End. I am Jeff Tischer. As that one flutters into the glove of Rosno. And now not much flow to the start of the third period of play if we get stoppages every 5-10 seconds. Puck played by the Tornadoes. And out to center they go. With speed is Caesar. Caesar around one, but he forgot the pill. Hendel drags it up ice. As this one comes the way of Zick. Zick lost the puck as he goes back to the Anoka bench to grab it. Now the puck hacked at by Swenson. Eventually getting to Fiacello does that. And the puck sent in. No icing called. 13:13 to go in regulation time. 2-0, so an eternity left in the contest. As Swenson loses an edge, regains the puck, and over into the corner for Zick to go grab. Zick makes the play, although not as not as hard as he wanted to with that pass, I'm sure, as it goes to Palmquist back behind. Now a game of pong being played between goal line to goal line that Atari would appreciate as this one comes ahead, courtesy of Hendel. Palmquist back behind, and now Anoka skates it ahead. Back to neutral they go, but no further as that one is touched in by Hoffman, avoiding icing. Palmquist back behind, surveys his options, goes cross ice. Handling the puck there briefly is Volcati. Volcati has his pocket picked, and Sukup throws that one back to Cullen Land. 12:15 to go in the third period of play as Anoka skates away. They bring it ahead, and that one went to Volcati, and the puck stolen by the Stars. Now the Stars coming ahead past center. Greiner with a shot, partially fanned on, and the rebound controlled by Palmquist and company. Brought back ahead by the Tornadoes, 2-on-1 at the line. Now brought back ahead for a shot by Volcati that does not go, and here come the Stars on the ricochet. But that pass intended for Sam Rudolph goes by the boards, and out to grab that, Johnny Davis. Found by Tate Hardacre at the red line, and Hardacre skates in with purpose. He has Vinny Ferraro with him and Rudolph. Hardacre drops it on the backhand, tried to get Rudolph, but could not. Ferrara picks it up very quickly, gets it to Rudolph, and the puck advanced back to center by the Tornadoes. Still an eternity, a lifetime to go in this game. 11:18 to go in the third period. As this one is found by John Davis, near side. Davis picks it up and got it to 7 in black, Cody Thomas. As it's found by Weinrich. Weinrich centered one, Hardacre there to slash the puck away in the slot. Swenson skates this one out. Swenson gets it to Hardacre, skating behind him. You don't have to worry about a backwards lateral as this one comes the way of Weinrich. Weinrich slashed at, and Thomas has the puck thrown away from him. Davis over to grab that. Davis got more of, or less of that than did his opposing Tornado. Now kept alive by Weinrich, and Weinrich has his pocket picked right as I say that. That's usually how that works, as Danny Ness overskates the play. Now in front, Camp trying to cover it. The puck still loose, and Hardacre there to plug that leak. As that'll go down ice, no icing called. 10 minutes and 3 nickels remaining in the third. Kept alive by Southwest Christian Richfield as that pass intended for Swenson. Bartel tried to get a pass away, could not. He hacked at it. As the puck stolen by Bendel, his shot blocked.
That's got to come back cross-grain. Benny's got to snap that stick side. He's already over on the glove.
Lewis skates this one in. His shot in on Camp. He'll glove and cover that. 9:50 to go, and a brief disagreement. I don't think that'll lead to any roughing after the whistle shenaniganry.
Dish, are you with me on this? Does it make sense to you what I'm saying? When
Yes.
he comes back, yeah, he's already coming to the glove hand side.
Yep.
Why not just, especially in a right-handed forehand, why not just zip that back cross grain?
It's like a right-handed quarterback throwing across the field.
Yeah, you're with me.
On his unnatural side.
Yep, you're with me.
I've been here a time or two. 9:43 to go in the third. As this one is found back behind, I believe that was Lundqvist. Now it'll go down the length of the ice. And now we get to a point in the game where you surrender offensive or defensive zone draws, and they become all the more important with 9:32 left in the third. Puck is down. Face-off won by Southwest Christian Richfield, though hacked to center, but not out of neutral. Hoffman got that back from Greiner. Greiner gets it, left circle. Greiner with a short side shot, and he scores.
Wow, impressive. That's not the first time Greiner's done that this season. And that's a timely goal.
3-0 the score to Southwest Christian Richfield after the Anoka goal in the second period called back. Time of the goal, 7:41. Greiner, his third of the year, 11 on the career. As the puck is down, now Anoka needing offense and fast. Pravanka got that ahead with a little help from his friend, but Dorr has it picked from him. Quick shot up high into the netting. They actually give the goal to Lundqvist. Eli Hoffman with an assist. So the goal should read Lundqvist, his fourth. There's a goal scored there from Anoka. And this one is not coming back. Make it 3-1. Time of this goal, 8 minutes and a second.
Caesar.
Hayden Caesar with his fifth of the year, 21st in his career for Caesar. Even strength goals back to back. Puck back down. Anoka now with some life. 2-goal disadvantage for the Tornadoes, 8:50 and counting remaining in the third. Now can Southwest Christian survive a 2-goal lead? Brought back ahead by Caesar. Caesar around one. His shot wide. Rebound comes back over to Sukup. Sukup back to the point. Feigning on the shot was Beaver. Loose in front. Camp is there after swimming out to make that stop with 8.5 left to go. Sukup with the assist. Fiacello with the assist. The assist for Fiacello, fourth of his career. 8:32 to go in regulation time. 3-1 the score as Anoka regains control in the neutral zone with Grasky. That one sent around the corner. Camp has to be careful with those here down the stretch. Now the puck brought on by Southwest Christian Richfield to center and no further. as Anoka will regain. A lifetime to go in this game as it pops down to Griner, 3-on-1. This goes to Bendel in his skates, kicks it out, but he loses his angle. Bendel rubbed off the puck, but he gets Griner. Griner right out front to Hoffman, and it would not go. I believe Hoffman partially fanned on the shot. Now it goes over into the corner. Bendel grabs Griner back behind the wall. Griner, or behind the net rather, at the wall. Anoka with possession as this one is turned on by Lang. Lang turns it back into his defensive end. 7:40 to go in regulation time as this is picked up by Grasky. Grasky with possession as a big hit on Handel back behind the play leads to a Danny Ness shot opportunity that doesn't materialize. Puck pops down to Zick after it rainbows up over the net, and it's found by Ness in the corner. Ness tried to get it back to Weinrich. That shot sticked on, and the save made by Camp, who said, uh-oh, or excuse me, who, like Scooby-Doo said, ruh-roh, that's better.
We're really good at giving Anoka life right now.
Yeah.
We're really good at that. We're doing more of that than we should be.
Certainly. Puck down, face-off won by Southwest Christian Richfield, and Swenson lost the puck in his vision for a moment as that one pops down in the Anoka Tornado offensive zone. Palmquist at the wall, and the puck eventually found, not out. Palmquist skates around 3, and Palmquist has it. A man changing behind him, dropped off to Ness, who shoots one wide off a deflection. Swenson back behind the net. How are those stick handles not clearing the puck? I'll get to that in a second. Is Zick with a shot, and he puts it home.
Good, clean, one move, zips it stick side. You know who should take a page out of his book?
Who?
27.
Bendy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Time of the call, 10 minutes and 22 seconds. And it is now 4-1 in favor of Southwest Christian Richfield. The goal for Zick, his 4th in his career. We'll wait for assist just to be sure as the faceoff won by Vinny Ferrara. I think that's the first time I've been able to say that all year as Hardacre threw that one down low. I don't have the stats to back it up, unfortunately. Brought back on by the Tornadoes as racing in is Dalving. Dalving backhands, and the net's off, so that'll halt play immediately with 6:18 to go.
Dalving's got some wheels for Anoka as a sophomore.
He is a sophomore forward without a varsity point.
I like his speed.
He's got, yeah, to your point, he does have some wheels. Or as I like to say a lot, he skates with purpose.
Yeah, you do like to say that. It's okay. It's like me and composure, you know?
Yeah. Swenson, the only assist on the goal. Swenson's 5th assist of the year. Sent in front, and Anoka given life right on the doorstep of Giannis Camp. Brought back ahead by the Southwest Christian Richfield Stars. Skating in is John Davis, as that one was dropped off by Vinny Ferrara. And back out towards center. Pravanka tried to get that one on. Pravanka offside. Intended recipient was Bruner. No, we have a penalty coming for a cross-check at 11:15.
Well, I would suggest that if, we could take advantage, Dish, of this power play.
Shouldn't you?
That should do it. That would definitely put the pedal down here.
As the guilty Tornado, Mason Beaver, Hardacre with this. Back down in the corner. Griner tried to send it on to Bendel, could not.
That's the right play, though.
Bendel got it to Griner. Cross-checking to Beaver. Back down low. Got it to Bendel. Bendel back over to Hardacre. Hardacre harassed. Here come the Tornadoes. This one comes alive courtesy of Sukup. Sukup fought off the puck by Hardacre, and right on cue, the Tornadoes send that one wide. 5 minutes and a dime remaining in regulation time. As Hoffman enters the offensive zone, waiting for teammates. And now a delayed offside for Southwest Christian, as that one is sent on by Lundquist. Under 5 remaining in regulation. As that one sent the length of the ice. Anoka can do that for $1 and a dime more, as that'll be found by Lundquist back behind the cage. Lundquist harassed by a tornado and got it to Bendel. Bendel skates around 1. That tornado was Sukup. And now the Stars looking to come back out to center. Pass goes to Bendel. Bendel dropped it to Hoffman. Hoffman got a lane, didn't use it. Goes to Hardacre instead. Hardacre back off the half wall. Left circle. The shot from in down low, stick to side by bodies in front, so let the bodies hit the ice, if you will, if you like the drowning pool reference. 4:15 to go in the third period of play. That's old school because I'm an old fool, apparently. 25 left to go in the power play for the Stars. Brought back ahead, though, by the men in black as Handel tried to find that behind. 13 left in the power play for the Stars, as this one is found back behind by Azanov. Power play over as...
Did that puck go flying right past us?
It did.
Wow.
Gabby Davis saw her life flash before her eyes.
You know what? I like that power play a lot more than I like the other power plays that we had previously. A lot more fluidity there. Didn't get anything from it, but a lot more fluid.
Zick almost did if he maybe had 3 more seconds as the power play over. Beaver had his pocket picked as he was going to the bench. And now over to grab that, Trevor Lang. Lang, 6 points in his career, as I mentioned. As Swenson with possession across into the neutral zone. Swenson skates around 2 with purpose. Swenson with a shot up into the netting. That got high with 3:21 left to go in the third. So 6 goals in theory have been scored. 1 power play goal for Anoka called back earlier in the game. That's where we have a 4-1 decision right now to Southwest Christian Richfield. If Giannis Camp holds, he will have all 6 victories for Southwest Christian on the season, as that one's gloved down by Davis. Now back over comes Lundquist. Across the blue line he's in. 3 minutes to play in Anoka. As that one found by Davis at the blue line. Touched down, though, by Thomas, who tried to get it to deflect on goal. And Ness with this as he goes over cross ice. And Parker Nedland has his pocket picked, but he gets around 1. Regains the puck in doing so. And that puck stolen from Weinrich. Coming ahead is Cody Thomas. Thomas in on side, but he's in an odd man situation. Davis, right circle the shot, kicked away. And the rebound over to the far half wall, where it is kept in by Lundquist. Now the Southwest Christian Richfield Stars have confidence as this one is skated on by the Tornadoes. Bruner with a shot, save made Camp. And as we look forward to the Highland Park contest on Thursday night, is there anything that Southwest Christian can take from what we will be calling the 6th victory of the season tonight here in Anoka?
More composure on the power play. There's the C word for me.
Favorite word.
There it is.
Love it.
Yeah, way more composure on the power play, assuming we get our opportunities.
This high school hockey contest brought to you by the letter C, as the Stars with Hardacre with possession. Hardacre skates this one in with purpose. That's my favorite word of the night as he goes to Bendel. And Bendel got it to Greiner, who missed it wide. Rebound goes back into the corner, 1:50 to go. As that one pops into the corner, Bendel popped off the puck. Now it'll go across to Hoffman, who shoots one wide. Hoffman doesn't have to do anything special with a 3-goal lead late in the contest. Hoffman tried to gather that puck in, could not. As Southwest Christian with possession. Back out front, backhand try, Greiner goes wide. Rebound goes over towards Bendel, but back to the point, and Hardacre fanning on the keep-in. Now a delayed offside for Southwest Christian Richfield, cancels in the neutral zone. As Anoka looking to clear, 75 to go in the game. 75 to go in the game. Now brought back on, icing waived as we tick down to the final minute 5 of regulation time, and Southwest Christian in cruise control. Final minute of play now is the puck off the half wall to the Tornadoes. The Tornadoes looking to go 2-12 on the year. Big hit freeing the puck up. Penalty coming here late at 16:10. I have a trip. And the tripping call will go against, as I'm looking at the scoreboard for a little help. It is an Anoka power play. Ashton Hendel. So tripping to Hendel at 16:10, meaning Anoka will be on the power play for the rest of the game. But this one surely Ova here in Anoka. Quick shot there, stick to side by Camp off the stick of Pravanka. Now over to Pravanka off the wall. He brings it back over cross ice. Got Palmquist. Palmquist shoots one. Save made Camp with a half minute to go. At the end of the game, we will have the 3 stars of the game and an honorable mention, or a star honorable mention, meaning Southwest Christian, if we haven't named them in the 3 overall stars. So Wes and I will do that at the end of the contest. Pravanka with a shot that deflected. He got the deflection off of Caesar. Now the puck loose and a scramble in front. 18 to go. Save made by Camp. I know who I've got in discussion there, and you know where I played, so you know why he's in that discussion. Puck down. Face-off one by the Tornadoes, kept alive by Pravanka. Pravanka sends that over cross ice. And now Anoka establishing offensive possession. Quick shot into the net off a deflection. Too little too late, but the score will finish 4-2. As the deflection comes at 16:52. And I believe, if I'm hearing the parents correctly, that goal is Palmquist's, his first of the year. So the final 8 seconds will go off the clock. The puck is down. Face-off one by Anoka. That one will go wide, and that will do it. So the Southwest Christian Richfield Stars go to 6-4-4 on the year with a 4-2 victory in Anoka on a Tuesday evening. Good evening for a high school hockey night. Your thoughts on what you've just seen, West Durand?
Well, it's a 4-2 game. I mean, a win is a win at this time of the year. I thought we did so a couple of really positive things. I think, obviously we want to see the power play produce more, and it's got to be better. The flow was better in the third period. I thought we were much more fluid and composed on gaining little simple plays like we saw right at the end of the game, about 2 minutes left. This little exchange on the high side of the wall here, closest to us in the booth, between Griner, Bendel, and the puck comes back to the point. Good reads and fluidness like that. So I thought we cleaned it up better in the third. We're just going to have to be better that way. I thought it was too many broken plays for 2 periods. But again, looking at Anoka's, their record, looking at, their opponents, you look at some of these losses in here, Totino Grace, they take a loss 4-2. They lose to Hopkins 4-3. Elk River to get the better of them. Spring Lake Park, is a 6-3. I mean, so they're really not, they're not getting totally blown out or crushed by people. So they've been playing people pretty tough this year. So the fact that we walk out of here really with a 4, it's 4-2, yeah, Dish, but it was 4-1. We had the game in hand.
So the Anoka game, a measuring stick, if you will, for Southwest Christian Richfield?
Well, I think every game this time of the year is a measuring stick. I think it's also dangerous. Everybody does it. You don't want to watch, look at scores and try to be comparative because, I'll give you a sample. We could get caught up doing this when we go, well, let's see here. Spring Lake Park, gets beat by Anoka 6-3 on the 14th, so that's 3 days ago. And, oh, by the way, Spring Lake Park beats Bloomington Jefferson 1-0, and Jefferson's just having an awful season.
And
so,
that's apples to oranges.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So I mean, you look at it, you could say, well, there's a comparison. Do we really? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's really a comparison. All I know is that we can only compare ourselves to where we've been and what we're doing. And I thought for 2 periods it could have been more fluid. It just could have been more puck possession. But yeah.
Let's clean up the final goal of the game for Anoka. The goal scored by Danny Palmquist. I had it, first of the year for Palmquist from Jackson Provanka, his 3rd assist of the year. All goals tonight coming on even strength. So let's quickly get to the 3 stars of the game. I have Giannis Camp in the discussion. Naturally, I'm a goaltender, and I only allow 1 goal. Well, 1 goal with the game in hand, and then the second one with 8 seconds to go. But Giannis, to me, played a great game. Who are 2 other players overall that you were impressed by?
Well, I like Greiner. I mean, Greiner,
yeah,
that goal short side, love that. He's sniped that a couple of times. For me, I liked Owen Zick. I like Zick. I mean, Zick makes a simple. The thing I like about Owen Zick, okay, right, is when he comes into the offensive zone, and he's got to make a decision as the puck carrier. Rarely is it a really bad choice.
Yeah.
And the little move that he makes around the D, he keeps it simple. Just slips it to the side on his forehand of the D, where he's using the D almost as a screen, and then makes a really high percentage shot to the stick side. Even if the goalie makes that save, it's getting kicked to the corner, or it's going to die out, on the hash marks, and it's a solid play. So I like the simplicity in his game, and I've liked his game for the last couple of games.
Let's wrap it up. We'll see you Thursday night at Highland Arena in St. Paul for the continuation of the Southwest Christian Richfield Star varsity hockey season. Wes and I will join you at 7 p.m. right here on YouTube. So for Gabby Davis, Wes Durand, Josh Stingler as well, Jeff Disher saying so long for now from the Anoka Ice Arena, where the Southwest Christian Richfield Stars defeat Anoka 4-2. So long, everyone.